time now for the Bear 11 o'clock news on this Sunday night, July 12th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. I 11 o'clock news, the 9's there, and our tops are here at 11 o'clock here on this Sunday night. Here is an Amoya do. Juarez, Mexico. Mexico's most notorious drug lord, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, broke out of a high-security prison on Saturday night for the second time, escaping a tunnel built right under his cell and keeping embarrassment. During the last nearly 30 years of the world, with varied degrees of seriousness and intensity, Iran has tried to block the bathrooms in Iran. It took 3 decades, about 10 years. Iran will be able to run. In Athens, European leaders clashed Sunday over a deal to rescue Greece with a punishment plan and shape it up that could force this Mediterranean nation to pass lightning and fast reforms, but then strap itself into the fiscal straitjacket to save its banks and stay in. At least 10 people were killed in airstrikes overnight in Yemen, relatives and medical sources said. As a Saudi-led coalition continued to bomb the capital yesterday in violation of a temporary humanitarian truce. Girls' rights campaigner Malaya Yousafzai has marked her 18th birthday but called on world leaders to stop failing the people of Syria. Kabul, Afghanistan. At least 25 people were killed and 10 others injured in a suicide attack near a U.S. base in eastern Afghanistan, officials said. Al-Hafrifa, Iraq, Mohammed al-Sayed wheat farm just south of Baghdad is hundreds of miles from the nearest front line of Islamic State, but has become a crucial part of the war effort. Islamic State squeezes Iraq's food supply. In Ocala, Florida, thousands of people rode in motorcycles and tractors at a rally in Pride Ride Sunday on Canada to show support for the Confederate flag. In Unicopy, California, authorities say it as a temporarily halted air checkers that were found in wildfires. U.S. Force spokesman Women Colorado Underhill said the fire broke out in the edge of the San Bernardino National Forest. Matthew Graham, who was considered a person of interest in his baby daughter's disappearance, was seen Sunday about 3:30 p.m. at a Shell gas station in Shasta Lake, California. In Memphis, Tennessee, the Army rally at Lauren Judge who helped preserve Memphis Hotel, where civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. is dead. Asian equity markets were mostly higher on Monday, but the mood was cautious amid uncertainty over Greece, and its emergency summit of Eurozone leaders continues. In Washington, U.S. Treasury Secretary Jacob Blue on Sunday said Greece made substantial movement and demonstrated that political will be needed to implement tough economic overhauls demanded by creditors, but called for more flexibility. While gas prices nationwide are on a downward trend, California expected a spike that could see prices top $4 a gallon before easing in, according to analysts. Utah's first confirmed case of mosquito carried the West Nile virus this season has confirmed in Weber County. Morgan health officials are warning residents after mosquitoes are tested positive for West Nile virus near Woodale, Utah. Alright, take a look at New England alerts here. In Asbury Heights, New Jersey. Motorcycle down Route 17 at Williams Avenue. Condition is unknown. No round lanes closed for investigation. And Quincy, Massachusetts. Quincy Shore Drive. Pedestrian struck icebox, patient unconscious but breathing. Your channel news time is now 11:04 on this late Sunday night here. Time now for a travel report here, and it's looking good in the state of Rhode Island here. Route 24 on both ends, it's slow from we're on Route 44 in Raynham on the southbound side of Route 24. Northbound side of 24, it's slow from 44 in Raynham to before Route 195 in the Raynham Bridgewater area here. 95 on the northbound side, slow from Mechanic Street in Sharon, Foxborough, all the way up to 400 Ponce Street in Norwood here. 128 on the northbound side, it is slow from Route 24 to Route 138 in Canton here. Today in the eastbound side, it is slow after the Mass Pike in Auburn all the way out to Route 146 in Worcester here. 146 at the southbound side is slower and the Mass Pike here. Mass parking on the westbound side. It is slow from Route 93 all the way out to before the Austin Brent tolls. Here, we got a 9th to the arm to the mass park from Route 93 in Boston. Here, 93 on the southbound side is from Somerville all the way out to before the Zakin Bridge. You got an accident. That's 93 on the southbound side before the Zakin Bridge. So expect some delays in the Somerville stretch of Route 93 south. 129 on the northbound side, we got an accident after Route 28 and Redden on Route 128, so expect delays through the Redden stretch of Route 128. Route 3 on the south, 39395 looking fine from 120 to Granite State. Route 495 on the southbound side, also around Route 3 and low, and 495 is also slow for the Tewksbury stretch around Route 38. Before the low sitting limits there. 95 on the southbound side, it's slow around the Hampton tolls there. In New Hampshire, 95 on the northbound side also before the Spalding Turnpike in Portsmouth. Spalding Turnpike on the northbound side, so from 95 all the way up to Newington, New Hampshire. And the main turnpike, it is looking good from York to Augusta via Portland there. And 495 on the southbound side, it's slow after Route 20 and Marlborough. Northbound side 495, so from the mass parking before Route 20 in Marlborough here. Alright, let's take a look at what's going on in the MBTA alerts here. On that books are looking good. Subway system is smooth sailing, and on the conveyor rail, it's looking good on the Slate Sunday night. BHL News Times now, 11:07 here, and it's time now for weather report here. Current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 11:07 p.m. 75 degrees at temperature, humidity 69%, wind speed southwest about 3 miles per hour, barometer 20 by 94 inches, 2 about 64 degrees, and visibility at 10 miles an hour here. Alright, let's take a look at our current conditions around the region here. 81 degrees at temperature around Boston at 75 in Bedford, 79 in Lawrence, 76 in Pittsburgh and Worcester, 73 out in Sturbridge, 77 in Milford, it's 79 in Lawrence, 80 in Gloucester, 79 in Norwood, 75 in Taunton, 73 in Bedford, 77 in Plymouth, 70 in Provincetown, 71 in Chatham, 72 in Falmouth, 69 in Martha's Vineyard, 73 in Providence, in Smithfield and Westley, and 72 in Buckon, and 75 in Montauk, 76 in Islip, 76 in New York City, 77 in Bridgeport and New Haven, 70 out in Danbury, 72 in Waterbury. It is 73 out in Meriden, 77 in Hartford, 76 in Woodlock, 72 in Springfield, and in Athol, 76 in Greenfield, 68 in North End, and Pittsfield, 75 in Albany, New York, 72 in Sturgis Springs, and in Rutland, Vermont, it's 67 in Bennington, 68 in Marlborough, Vermont, 72 in Lebanon, and Lacroix, New Hampshire, 74 in Concord, New Hampshire, 70 in Keenan, Devon, New Hampshire, 72 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 77 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 79 Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 70 in Portland, Maine, and the water temperature 69 degrees here. Looking at the surface map, it shows a station of cold front from the four-quarter region and for western Texas and western Oklahoma merged with a station front for Oklahoma and a cold front down for southeastern Kansas, down for south central Missouri, and a station front for the Ohio Valley, and down for West Virginia merged with a cold front from the Virginias out to sea with a low pressure warm front way out to sea here. And we got low pressure centered as a western Texas Panhandle, central Missouri, and southeastern Indiana here, and way out the Virginia coastline, and a photoby from north central and central portion of California, and a photoby from southwestern Nevada down for southeastern California, and a photoby from the Gulf of California, and a photoby from central Mexico here. And we got high pressure centers located in northwestern Wyoming, northern Great Lakes, eastern Quebec, and Gulf of Mexico here. And we got low pressure in northern Baja, Gulf of California here. And it is 69 degrees down in Detroit, 66 in Pittsburgh, A1 in Washington, D.C., A2 in Atlanta, A4 in Miami, Florida, it's 92 in Dallas, Texas, A4 in Brownsville, Texas, it's A6 in Kansas City, 90 in Omaha, Nebraska, 37 in Chicago, Illinois, A7 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, A in Great Falls, Montana, 78 in Seattle, 70 in San Francisco and Los Angeles, 97 in Las Vegas, Nevada, 102 in Phoenix, 90 in Salt Lake City, Utah, 88 in Denver, and 79 degrees out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here. Alright, let's take a look at our radar situation here on this Sunday night here. Looking at the radar situation here on this late Sunday night here. It shows some lot of showers and thunderstorms around eastern portions of Newfoundland, a lot of showers and storms around east central portions of Nova Scotia, and a lot of rain showers in the north central portions of Nova Scotia here. And some spotty rain showers around the western portion of Quebec. Some clusters of rain showers in the northeastern, western, and southwestern portions of Ontario here. And spotty rain showers and storms around Lake Erie, around Cleveland area, and down for west central portion of Ontario. And a spotty rain showers and storms from southwestern portions of Pennsylvania, down for southeastern Ohio, down for West Virginia, down for the Carolinas, and some spotty rain showers on western and northeastern and south portions of Georgia, down for southern portions of South Carolina, and some spotty rain showers around Jacksonville, Florida, and around the Florida Panhandle, western Florida Panhandle, and way off the Florida Gulf Coast, off the tip of Florida here. And we're seeing a line of showers and thunderstorms around central and east central portion of Minnesota, up in the northeastern Minnesota, up in the northwest Wisconsin here, and stretching up in the north central portions of Minnesota, down for southwestern Ontario, and after southeastern Manitoba, and some spotty rain showers and storms from northeastern portions of North Dakota, stretching up in the western Manitoba, some spotty rain showers and storms from northwestern portions of North Dakota, up in the Saskatchewan, down for Manitoba, from Manitoba down for Saskatchewan, Alberta, down for British Columbia, and some spotty rain showers around the Pacific Northwest here. And also some spotty rain showers around the Four Corner region of southeastern Utah, southern Colorado, eastern Arizona, and New Mexico here. And this is a line of heavy showers and thunderstorms here. Stretching north of the Minneapolis-St. Paul limits here. It's stretching from east to Wilmar down to St. Cloud. Stretching, curving all the way up to the northwestern Wisconsin to Duluth. And a heavy bandage showers in the north central and the northern portions of Minnesota here. And stretching in the northwestern portions of Wisconsin here. And timing, and it shows storms headed towards southeast. So the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, you're next in these lines of showers and thunderstorms here. Alright, looking at the satellite loop here, and it shows a lot of clouds coming around southern New England and stretching it down through the Jersey Shore down the Atlantic States and down through the Carolinas and down the northwestern and west central portions of Georgia. A lot of clouds around northern and central portions of Florida and off the Huggin and Florida Gulf Coast and the Florida Atlantic Coast here. And a lot of clouds around the Gulf States. And a lot of clouds coming in the much of Four Quarter region and then for western portions of Mexico here. And a line of clouds around Nevada and then up to western Idaho down for western Montana and around Washington State, Oregon, and switch up to British Columbia and then for Alberta and for southern Saskatchewan and ran up to the northeastern portions of Montana here. And a line of clouds stretching from central and northeastern portions of North Dakota down from north central and central portions of Minnesota down for northwestern portions of Wisconsin here. And a line of clouds around southern and central portions of Manitoba down for Ontario here. All right. All right, let's see what is going on in the tropics here. All right, let's see what's going on in the tropics here. This is a small non-tropical area of low pressure continues to produce disorganized showers about 200 miles east of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Environmental conditions are expected to become increasingly unfavorable, and significant development of the low is not expected, while it accelerates northeastward away from the United States as formation chance for 4 hours, low 10% formation chance for 5 days, low 10% here. And now the latest on Doris here. Central location 16.2 to the north, 103.8 to the west. Maximum sustained winds 6 miles per hour. Movement west northwest wind 12 miles an hour here. And public advisory here. Solar loss is a little stronger as it continues west northwestward here. Summary watching warnings affect the tropical storm watch in effect for Las Alcanitas and Cabo Grantes. The tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area, and in this case within the next 24 to 36 hours. At 10 p.m. Central Time, the center of the tropical storm Dolores was located near latitude 16.2 to the north, longitude 103.8 to the west. Dolores is moving toward the west-northwest near 12 miles an hour. And this watch rate decrease of the forward speed is expected for Tuesday. Maximum sustained winds have increased near 6 miles an hour, and with higher gust streaming is forecast during the next 48 hours. The Dolores is expected to become a hurricane later on Monday. Tropical storm force winds are expected up to 140 miles an hour, 220 kilometers from the center, and this minimum central pressure is 999 millibars at 29.5 inches here. Wind, tropical storm conditions are possible with the watch area for tonight to Monday. Rainfall, the outer rain bands at the lows are expected to produce total rate accumulation of 2 to 4 inches along the southwestern coast of Mexico from the state of Texas and narrate within possible isolated maximum amounts of 7 inches by Wednesday. Surf swells and journey by lows are expected to affect the southern and southwestern coast of Mexico during the next few days, and could cause light threatening and surf and rip current conditions here. And 60 here. Tropical pressure 60. Settle location 40 middle to the north, 126.0 to the west. Maximum sustained winds 35 miles per moment. West northwest at 6 miles an hour here. Alright, looking at the public advisory on 60 here. Tropical pressure changes a little strength, and there are no close watch water effect at 8 p.m. Pacific time. 300 degrees to see that center tropical depression 60 is clearly near. Latitude 14.1 to the north, longitude 126.0 to the west. The depression is moving toward the west northwest near 6 miles an hour, 9 kilometers an hour. West northwest wind is northwestward moisture is expected during the next couple of days. Maximum sustained winds are ranging 35 miles an hour, 55 kilometers per hour gusts. Substream is expected during the next 48 hours. The pressure forecast become a tropical storm later tonight or on Monday. The substream pressure is 1,003 millibars, 29.62 inches here. Alright, let's look at the weather notes here. Malden and Chelmsford hit 93 degrees. Highs were in the 80s today, with Nashville, New Hampshire topping it at 91 degrees here. Last time Boston reached 90 degrees, Saturday, September 6, 2014. Newport expected to be sticky in the overnight hours, so make sure you got the air conditioner on, and a low chance of showers on Monday, but when Wednesday rolls along, the chances of precipitation decrease a little bit. The precipitation will increase a little bit. As a cold front will strike out in the northern New England beginning Monday morning and throughout the remainder of the day ahead, which showers and thunderstorms will be possible, especially to western New England. Low pressure tracking along or near the southern New England coast Tuesday and Wednesday provide periods of showers and possible thunderstorms with high pressure over Quebec. Early Thursday provides dry weather, near seasonable temperatures, and low humidity to southern New England on Thursday night and Friday. Warmer weather will likely return to next weekend, but also risk of some scattered showers and thunderstorms, and not much change in the previous forecast appears showers and thunderstorms had developed north of Albany early this evening, and this was along near front boundary and draped across northern New York State into northern New England extended westward to Ontario, best-citedly along the Ontario-Quebec border. This activity North Albany struggles direct southeastward toward our region here. It said that this convection is intended to build upstream toward better instability. This will keep forecast dry for all the southern New England and Connecticut, Massachusetts without as a very pleasant evening ahead with warmer temperatures and modest humidity with a southwest breeze along coast. And in the overnight hours, it appears the dry forecast will prevail. Front the ridge, the amplifier says a mid-upper level trough begins to sweep in from the west, and there is pretty good H3 fed to the subsequent divergence. It appears a low to mid-level wedge of high pressure is maintained by the clash of air mass, perhaps more so by the offshore middle low that perhaps involves in the something more tropical and starboard. Back to a cold front will be pushing south-southwest through the southern New England towards the morning period. It is kept by the wedge maintained warmer air across the region and forced the lift to look to be largely absent from the majority of the atmospheric columns, despite the indications of elevated instability per Hupkit with low to middle level moisture in the clouds and increase should limit the fall potential as there is the expectation it to be made mild overnight. Greatest chance if any would be along the southeast coast of shore 4 and increase in service importance. And winds back in the northeast for the east northeast coast with a backdoor cold front towards more and more to be on which drier air should follow. Here. All right. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Here. For tonight, forecast got about 65 degrees. Calm wind. For Monday, most skies got about 84 degrees. Calm wind becoming saffron and 5 to 7 miles by the afternoon. By the night, slight chance of showers after 3 a.m. Punch bug after 3 a.m. west. Increased skies lower at 62 degrees. South about 5 miles becoming common in the evening. Just based to 20%. Tuesday, chance of showers, but thunderstorms also possible afternoon. Some storms produce heavy rain. Punch bug before 7 a.m. west. Most skies got about 69 degrees. Calm wind becoming saffron around 6 miles by the afternoon. Just based to 50% new precipitation amounts between the temp coordinate check to hammer its possible thunderstorms. Tonight, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Some storms produce heavy rain. Petrobras upwards, class got lower around 64 degrees and light south wind. Chance of 40%. Wednesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Some storms produce heavy rain. Petrobras before 11 a.m. wise. Mostly class got around 84 degrees. Here. Chance of 40%. Wednesday, most class got low at 64 degrees. Thursday, most Saturday class how about 7 low about 57 degrees. Friday, Saturday, most coast got but higher A1 low about 62 degrees. And for Saturday, most of the skies got about 83 degrees. Sorry, chance of showers. Most skies got about 64 degrees. Just patient is 40%. And for Sunday, chance of showers. Put the skies about 81 degrees. Just patient is 40%. Here's what a phrase of the night. A sunny Monday on tap. Here, Channel News Time, 11:22 p.m. And it is time for Sunday Night Sportsman up here on the Sunday Night. July 12th, 2015. I'm Peter Wiggins here. And the Boston Red Sox trying to wrap up what has been a surging month in July as they have swept Houston and Miami, and now they are trying to wrap up the final game of the first half of the regular season against the New York Yankees on a high note. But the Yankees had other plans here. As Brian McCann homers on a fly ball to left center field in the top of the second. That scores. McCann took shirt 2-0 in favor of the Yankees. But in the bottom of the third, Red Sox got 3 in the bottom of the 3. Alexander Bogart singles on the ground ball to center fielder. Drew Caballeros made that scores. Brian Hannigan and Mookie Betts third 2-1 Yankees. And then Papa center ball singles on a line drive right fielder Chris Young that scores Mookie Betts. And Zimmer Marco third tied at 2. And then Hanley Ramirez singles on the ground ball to center fielder Jacob Barrios that scores Alexander Bogart. And it's 3-2 Red Sox through 3. But then in the top of the 5th. That's when the turning point came in on top of the 5th with Didi Gregorius batting. Brian McCann scores on a balk as Chase Headley advances second on the balk. Tied at 3. And then, top of the 6th, Alex Rodriguez doubles on a line drive to center fielder Mookie Betts. That scores Brett Carter. And it was 4-3 Yankees here. And then Chris Young doubles on a line drive to left fielder Alan Diaz. That scores Alex Rodriguez was 5-3 Yankees. And then Chase Headley doubles on a fly ball to the left field. That scores Chris Young. It was 6-3 Yankees. Then bottom of 6, Shane Victorino singles on a line drive to right fielder Chris Young. That scores Henry Ramirez. And it was 6-4 Yankees. And then top of the 9th, Rob Refsnyder homers on his first homer of the season on fly ball over the Green Monster. It was 8-4 in favor of the Yankees. And then Red Sox came up with some magic on the bottom of the 9th as Henry Ramirez reaches on the fourth side tip and missed catcher on the second baseman. Rob Refsnyder scores Brock Holt and Devin Merritt to third. 8-5, and then Ellen Diaz at the southwest fighter. Right fielder Chris Young and Devin Murray scores at 8-6, and then Shane Victorino trying to keep the inning going, but he ran it out. D. Grigor says the Boston Red Sox wrap up the first half of the regular season on a low note as they fall to New York Yankees 8-6 as Neighbor the Public get the win while Wade Mauer settled the loss as the Sox finished the first half of the season at 42-47, 6 games behind the Yankees here as the Red Sox expect the Red Sox in the All-Star break to try to regroup their pitching regroup their batting and try to focus on trying to get out of the cell, as the Boston Red Sox after the All-Star break will be traveling on a tough 4-game road trip, as they will take on Albert Pujols and Los Angeles Angels and at an Anaheim on Friday night. All right, other scores man I made you on this Sunday night. Pittsburgh Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals in a battle. 3-3 to score in Pittsburgh here. New York Mets and the Arizona Diamondbacks 5-3. Miami Marlins over the Cincinnati Reds 8-1. Tampa Bay Rays edge out the Houston Astros 4-3. Oakland Athletics shut out the Cleveland Indians 2-0. Washington Nationals over the Baltimore Orioles 3-2. Minnesota Twins over the Detroit Tigers 7-1. Kansas City Royals over the Toronto Blue Jays 11-10. Chicago Cubs over the Chicago White Sox 3-1. San Diego Padres edge out the Texas Rangers 2-1. San Francisco Giants over the Philadelphia Phillies 4-2. Colorado Rockies over the Atlanta Braves 11-3. Los Angeles Angels 10. Seattle Mariners 3. Los Angeles Dodgers 4. Milwaukee Brewers 3. The Pawtucket Red Sox get blanked at McCoy by the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs 4-0. All right, looking at WNBA scores here. Atlanta Dream over New York Liberty 84-76. Chicago Sky over the Connecticut Sun 96-76. Phoenix Mercury over the Seattle Supersonics 70-60. And Minnesota Lynx over the San Antonio Stars 66-49. All right, let's take a look at some sports news here on this late Sunday night here. The skirt she picked was a touch longer than the one she sports on the match court, and inch so at the top was fitted to Captain period with a finely tailored jacket as Serena plan working to perfection. Wimbledon, England. Just as Roger Federer was handed one of the object he didn't want to touch on Sunday, his wife Mirka held up the cell phone from her seat in a family box, captured a presentation of Wimbledon runner-up trophy. With NBA free agency finally flown to a crowd in the various summer leagues, only in interest to the most hardcore of hoops fans, as Oklahoma City Thunder decision match, Enos contract about the future. In Silvis, Illinois, Jordan Spieth made it a lot tougher on himself than it needed to be, and in the end, Spieth got exactly what he was looking for from the John Deere Classic, a win and some positive energy ahead of the British Open. In Sparta, Kentucky, the relationship between Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Danica Patrick will need repairing before the two of the NASCAR's most popular drivers head to this weekend's race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The Buffalo Bills offensive line coach Aaron Cromer is arrested in Defunct Springs, Florida on a battery charge. Walton County Jail records show that Cromer was taking the custody just before 2 a.m. Right wing Chris Stewart was agreed to a $1.7 million deal with the Andex team that says Stewart played for Buffalo and Minnesota last season, collected 36 points and 8 penalty minutes. In Hoover, Alabama, this used to be a week of America's most self-competitive college football conference. The SEC would gather for a fresh round of pomposity. Okafor and Noel Pulver season up and bid for the Philadelphia 76ers. In Las Vegas, after 2 unproductive injury-marred seasons with the New York Knicks, Andrea Bargnani has found a new home in New York. On Sunday, Bargnani agreed to sign with the Brooklyn Nets, who are hoping that Bargnani in Minneapolis, the Minnesota Timberwolves agreed Saturday to send Chase Bettinger to the Indiana Pacers for Damien Ginn, with just in a swap of small forwards. Catholic Crum, the 2014 Horse of the Year and the Dual Classic winner, will likely sit out the rest of the year and may not race again because of cannon bone bruise, chairman said on Sunday. In Boston, David Ortiz was sick when the Boston Red Sox were trying to gain some ground against the AL East rivals. His Big Papi was out at a respiratory illness. The rest of his teammates didn't fare well in his absence. And that's going to be it for Sunday Night Sports Roundup here, channel 11 o'clock news, and it's late Sunday night, July 12th, 2015. Please have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow morning with a more report. Good night.